This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show, and I've been eating a raw food diet, a raw vegan diet for quite a long time now, and my health continues to get better. How do I know that? Because I'm continually checking my blood work to make sure what I'm doing is working for me. Now, on another episode, I'm going to talk about some supplements I'm taking. I'm going to talk about the current diet I'm eating. But on this episode, I want to talk about 3 new things that I recently started doing, well, at least in the last year, that I feel have helped me tremendously. Now, before I say what these 3 things are, I want everyone to understand that each person is their own individual, and what works for one person or what is ideal for one person might not be ideal for the other person's situation. But when I mention these 3 things that I'm doing right now, a lot of you might think, I've done that and it's helped me. Some of you might say, I've never done that and I don't see that helping me. And some of you might say, yeah, I've done that and it didn't help me. But I want to talk about these things. I want to ask you, who has been doing this for a while and what were your results? How were they for you? So now there are other things I've learned over the years. The daylight diet is a very important one that I've learned over the years, not to eat late at night. That's not something I started doing that's new, but it's something I started doing that I wasn't doing at the beginning. So, you never have the perfect diet. I used to get criticized because they say, well, Paul Neeson keeps changing. Well, if you meet somebody that's been eating the same exact diet for 20 years, they either got it right the first time, or they're not learning and they're not growing and they're not making the adjustments they need to make to continue to get it better. And so I've made adjustments over the years. And so the 3 things I'm doing now that I really feel is helping me, and something I would suggest to other people do, is the first thing I started doing, and this one I started less than a year ago, but maybe 8 months or so now, I stopped eating garlic and onions. And some people might say, but garlic and onions are healthy. Why would you stop eating those? Well, in certain types of Oriental medicine, they're known as stimulating foods or registic foods. They can cause problems in the body. They're wonderful medicinal herbs, but to use them as a food on a regular basis, I think people eat it too much and too often. And again, if you're using them from a medicinal standpoint, that's one thing. But to use it as a food or a flavoring, I was taught a long time ago, if you need to add a lot of flavoring to your food, well, that food isn't good for your body to begin with. And I add some spices to some foods and some herbs to food, but I don't overdo it. And anyway, I stopped doing the garlic and the onions to see what would happen. What really happened when I really learned about this, it was in Amsterdam years ago, and there was a lady who had a raw food restaurant there, and she served no garlic or no onions in her recipes. And that's where I learned a lot about this. And she ended up writing a recipe book, great recipes with no onions or garlic in them. And she said she could just smell a person, and not just like smell like this person smells like onions or garlic. No, she can smell when a person has had onions or garlic recently, even if they don't really smell. She just knows. And I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I can tell you I stopped eating onions and garlic and I feel much better for it. And now if I eat food that have onions and garlic in it, I just don't feel it digest as well. And so I hardly ever eat it anymore. I try never to eat it, but if it's in something that I eat, I know I've eaten it. Anyway, so that's one thing I've done. I stopped eating onions and garlic. So that's one thing. Now, another thing I started doing, this is more recent, and there's good information about it now, it's becoming more popular, is I have a standing desk. Yes, this might not seem like a health thing, it might seem like a weird thing to everyone, but I'm at my desk right now and I'm standing. And you can get one, you can buy one, but I put this one together myself. And the benefits are pretty much we sit too much, or at least I was sitting too much. I would sit at the desk 8 to 10 hours a day. I would sit in the car if I went somewhere. I would sit at the movies. I would sit wherever I was going. But now here I am standing 8 to 10 hours a day at my desk. And even if I go to a lecture to hear somebody, I'm standing in the back of the room. I'm standing because I know there are times when I have to sit, like when I'm driving and so on. So I'm standing as much as possible. And you can read about the benefits online of having a standing desk, especially if you're sitting behind a desk all day, or the disadvantages of not standing, or the disadvantages to sitting. But here I am at my desk, and at first the person that told me about this said it was hard at first, but then he got used to it. And for me, it's been months now, and now I'm getting used to it. But it's good. I move around a lot. I'm stretching a lot as as I'm standing here. I go up and down with my ankles here. But a standing desk. Look at the benefits online to a standing desk. I'm just telling you the things that Paul Neeson is doing lately. That some of you can care less what I'm doing, but other of you take my information for good value and try it and have good results. So I'm not eating onions and garlic, and I am not sitting at a desk pretty much. Those are two things. And then finally, the last thing is more recent. It's been about a month now. And I'm really excited about this one because there's definitely health benefits to it. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and that is I'm only taking cold showers. No longer taking hot showers. Now, when I was at Hippocrates years ago, they have a hot pool and a cold pool. And this technique comes from Russia, where you would go in a really hot pool and then a really cold pool, go back and forth. Hot water, cold water therapy is what many people refer to it as. And it helps circulation, it helps the skin, it helps on many different levels. Well, it's just hot here in Florida in general. So I'm going from the hot and I'm going to the cold. I'm not taking a warm shower. I've always liked showering outside, but I'm in a new situation here where I no longer have a warm shower outside. So the other day I just took the hose and about a month ago, and I hosed myself off, and it was cold, real cold. But since then I've been doing that. And look at the benefits of taking a cold shower, even taking a cold shower outside, but taking a cold shower in general. Check those benefits out online as well, and you will see some great information. And that's a tough one for people to try because I love a warm shower, and a lot of people love a warm shower. And to deny yourself that, boy, I'm starting to love a cold shower. It's pretty nice here. And people say, well, it's Florida, it's the summertime. What are you going to do in the wintertime? You're going to take cold showers outside? Because it does get sometimes down to the 60s in the wintertime. And we'll see. I mean, I'd like to. I've seen stories of people getting used to cold showers and taking cold showers when it was snowing outside. So is it just a thing you get used to, or is it something that you really have to do in a painful way? We'll find out, and like everything, I'm going to have fun trying it. But don't take my word for it, folks. Look at it online. Look at a standing desk. Look at taking a cold shower, and look at not eating garlic. So here I am, not eating garlic at my standing desk. And no, I'm not going to take a cold shower at my desk. But you get the point, folks. All right. Those are just some new health tips that I found that have helped me, and I think it'll help some of you out there. Look it all up online, the benefits and disadvantages of doing or not doing the things that I'm no longer doing, and put your comments below the video what you think. Now, if you've been doing any of these three things for a while, please put those comments below the video and let me know your experience with them and your opinion of them. All right, keep it nice, folks. Thanks for watching. Until then, have a great day and a great raw life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.